All right, Juice. Let's slide along to number one on the list. We saved the best for last. This is I've always said this for a long time now. Personally, this is my favorite Christmas movie of all time, and I will give full credit to my man over there, the producer himself. They've always, he always one ups me a little bit. He can one up from time to time, but this is the best one up I've ever heard. When I say this is my favorite Christmas movie, he drops. This is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
Not just
maybe the
Christmas
top one.
movie.
Maybe
It's
my
right
top one.
up there of all time.
Mixed
and
in
he's
with
right.
some John Wayne's or other Jimmy Stewart
That a
stuff.
boy.
But
I'm
yeah,
sure you guys can
definitely
guess.
not something
We're
new
talking
and
about
oh,
It's a Wonderful Life.
yeah.
But yeah, you're so right, Juice, about it. It's such a movie. I could not get through the Christmas season without watching it. I think you said you just watched it the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Still holds up every time, right?
Incredible.
I love it. I got a viewing coming up Friday night. I'm actually at the point now where it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun that my son's 13, my daughter's 9, and they both enjoy watching it now. It used to be just a me and Ashley thing. This would be like, oh, kids go to bed, whatever. They're not going to be interested in the black and white movie. And the last 2 years, they have watched it. My son now loves it. It's one of his favorite Christmas movies. And it's great. The tradition just, it grows, and the movie's just, it's awesome, and it holds up. So, the thing is loaded with, religion, prayer, faith in God. And that's a huge theme in the whole thing. I mean, the entire story is about a guardian angel coming to protect a man and to help him. So just that alone is a religious belief. So let's start it off with the first clip. This is the opening scene of the entire movie. And surprise, surprise, it starts by hearing a bunch of people praying.
I owe everything to George Bailey. Help him, dear Father.
Joseph, Jesus, and Mary, help my friend, Mr. Bailey.
Help my son George tonight.
He never thinks about himself, God. That's why he's in trouble.
George is a good guy. Give him a break, God.
I love him, dear Lord. Watch over him tonight.
Please, God, something's the matter with Daddy. Please bring Daddy back.
Watch over him tonight.
Hello, Joseph. Trouble?
Looks like we'll have to send someone down. A lot of people asking for help for a man named George Bailey.
George Bailey? Yes, tonight's his crucial night, you're right. We'll have to send someone down immediately. Whose turn is it?
That's why I came to see you, sir. It's that clockmaker's turn again.
Oh, Clarence hasn't got his wings yet, has he?
We've passed him up right along. Because, you know, sir, he's got the IQ of a rabbit.
Yes, but he's got the faith of a child. Simple. Joseph, send for Clarence.
Now, I thought about cutting that off just with the prayers and stuff, but I wanted to keep that clip where we ended it because of the very last thing they say there, right? The faith of a child. That stood out to me too. The whole thing stands out. Obviously, it's great, but the faith of a child. God calls that. Jesus calls that for all of us all the time. It's loaded in the Gospels. Like have faith. The faith of a child, seek that, right? And then anybody who does harm to a child, is the worst thing you could do. And I think we're all searching for that still. I'd be lying to you if I told you I had the faith of a child. I do think my faith has grown immensely over the last 3-4 years, and it's always been there, but it continues to grow, and it just it's hard to describe. I guess that's my job here, is to try to put a feeling into words for you guys, but I'm having trouble with it because it's just, we know what that means, what the faith of a child means. And we all lose that as we grow, and your innocence goes with it. And that's another reason why I get so frustrated at the targeting of our children by the secular left these days, because they're trying to rob these kids of their innocence and their faith and their trust and their love. And, it's hard to get it back once you've lost it. And I think all of you who listen here, I think myself, Juice, we're continuing to try to get that back, and we've grown in that, but we still don't have the faith of a child yet. And I think it's going to be a lifelong pursuit. I don't know if I went a little too deep there, Juice, but
No, it's fine.
It's a good opening. Just the fact that they're all sitting there praying for a man, right? And they're all sitting there.
Yeah, I like that. Like,
you know,
the kind of piece behind that is like the power of prayer. Hey, all these people are talking about George Bailey. We're gonna have to send. You know what I mean? When like, don't be afraid to ask somebody to pray for you or pray for somebody. When people say that, like when someone says like, "Hey, pray for my something that's going through X," like I will do it, but I do it right then. He's like, "Yeah, okay," knock it out right there and then.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, thoughts and prayers, and then just like walk away and never do it. I get a text or something from our group. Somebody's boom.
Yeah.
Right then. You don't have to go to church to do it.
Yep. No, you're right. It's a great way to approach that. And I love what you said there about it. There's never too much of that, basically, right? Don't ever think like, oh, there's already
my inbox is blowing up on George Bailey here. We gotta send somebody down.
Yeah. Like, all right, come on, we gotta do something. That's awesome. All right. So the next one that I really love is the scene where this is just A+ acting from Jimmy Stewart here. And this is, as Juice likes to mention here, and not just Juice, I do too. We're not facts and stats guys here. I did happen to see this go by on the web, and I'll just take it for fact. But the caption I saw on this scene was that, we all know Jimmy Stewart served in World War II. He recently, came back right before filming this movie. And, the little blurb that I saw was that this scene we're about to show you where he's at the bar praying, it didn't call for him to physically start to cry. And he was so overcome with his emotions, on the heels of just being in combat, that it all kind of welled up on him and they came naturally. And I thought that was kind of cool. And, that's not the only reason I'm showing this scene or wanted this scene. It's specifically because of the fact that a main character in a mainstream movie, mainstream culture is sitting there outwardly praying for help for God to, come in and intercede with what's going on in his life. So, Juice, you want to give it to us?
Yep.
Yeah, Merry Christmas! Glad you come. How about some of that good spaghetti? We got everything. God. Oh, God. Dear Father in heaven, I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, show me the way. I'm at the end of my rope, right? Show me the way, oh God.
Are you all right, George? Want somebody to take you home, huh?
Why you drink so much, my friend? Please go home, Mr. Bailey.
It's
Martini.
phenomenal. Oh, Mr. Martini.
This is Martini's place, right? On the
Yeah. No, that whole
this
what was
is the
that?
drink where
2 years ago when we were doing the
get
next
hard drinks. Yeah.
stiff drinks for men who want to get drunk fast.
Yeah, because
awesome.
Clarence asked for like a, I don't know, like a mint
Yeah, he asked
julep
for
or
something
something. Like,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. But no, go ahead.
No, I was to say in that he's like, it's not too late to. He's like, I'm not a praying man. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's also a good piece of this scene as well, where yes, all these other people, but it was also instilled in him that
Yep.
like those values were already there. Where he's like, all right, this is the time to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not too late to ask God for help. Like, yeah, like I feel like we all, you know, a lot of us only pray when you need something or whatever, which but that's okay. But also try to mix in something, you know, of Thanksgiving or appreciate when you didn't need it.
Absolutely.
Right. But
Well, 100%. And then it kind of goes twofold where you know, maybe like he says there, he's not a praying man. So maybe he's not on his hands and knees every night before bed praying, but you know, he's doing God, the whole point of the movie is he's doing God's work by impacting so many of these people's lives just by his generosity and his good nature and in his willingness to be there and to help others. So he might not be doing it in traditional prayer form, but he's doing God's work throughout that movie, and that's what he doesn't even realize he's doing, right? Which is kind of cool.
The one who needs the help. He's always helping
Yeah.
everybody, and then until he needs the help, and then
Exactly.
he has to pull in Clarence because he's been
Exactly.
helping
Yep.
everybody his whole life, starting from Harry when he goes in the lake or the pond.
Yeah. Every man on that barge died because Harry wasn't there. I love too just the acting right there of him, the hand shaking like as he's doing it, like you know, as on the bar. Oh, awesome. So good stuff there. Love that scene, and love the fact that he's praying to God. Okay, next we're gonna go to the guardian angel himself, Clarence, when they're kind of drying off after the whole jump in the water scene, and you know, I forget exactly where we started and stopped this clip because it's a long scene. So I wanted to just, you know, we had to condense it for time of the show here. But you know, it's basically summed up as the answer to your prayers, right? And George sarcastically looks at Clarence as being the answer to his prayer. But it made me think personally, we pray, we do stuff, you know, people ask you to pray for them. We pray for the things we need help with and guidance with. And I want to pose the question to you all out there. You know, do you see the answer to your prayer? Will you recognize the answer to your prayer when you see it? Or will you have George's initial reaction of kind of scoffing at it until, you know, he's given a gift that most of us will never be given of being able to actually see it, you know, that obvious and blunt. I don't think we'll ever see something maybe that obvious to us, but Juice has mentioned this on the show plenty of times. Are you more in tune to looking for these things now, though? Just the fact that you're aware of it now, maybe when you're looking for it more, you will see these signs, you will notice the things. So it's just kind of a reminder to be on the lookout for the answers to your prayers. So, Juice?
Very funny.
Your lip's bleeding, George.
Yeah. I got a bust in the jaw in answer to a prayer a little bit ago.
Oh, no, George. I'm the answer to your prayer. That's why I was sent down here.
How'd you know my name?
Oh, I know all about you. I've watched you grow up from a little boy.
What are you, a mind reader or something? Well, who are you then?
Clarence Oddbody, AS2.
Oddbody. AS2. What's that AS2?
Angel, second class. Cheerio, my good man.
So I suspect most of us would be like that guy who falls over, right? Like we pray to God, we believe in God, we know that he's real. Like I truly do know that. I still wonder if I was face to face with the obvious answer like that, with an obvious sign like a guardian angel, would I react in complete amazement, in unbelief, I guess, disbelief, as that man who falls over and leaves because he's so scared? I hope not, but I still wonder about that. I don't know. Juice, what about you? You think you'd be able to?
No, I don't think it'd be like, all right, let's go do this. Oh, second class? You sent me just a second class? Don't even have wings down here? But I guess let's go. Let's go back to martinis.
So, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. But yeah, I already kind of touched on that. I don't need to keep going. You guys get my drift and why we chose that clip there. Now, last but not least here, maybe the best ending of all time to any film, right, Juice? Like, this is just A+ stuff. Amazing stuff. And you guys all know how the story ends, but from the song that's being sung to just the theming and the messaging, and then the
whole community like to your point at the beginning, the community gathering around somebody who gathered around them.
Exactly. That wasn't the state taking care of George Bailey, right? That was his fellow brothers and sisters. So yeah, thanks for tying that all in, Juice. Good job. I'm gonna give it to them.
How about some wine?
The fool flew all the way up here in a blizzard.
Oh, Harry, how about your banquet in New York?
Oh, I left right in the middle of it. As soon as I got Mary's telegram. Good idea, Ernie. A toast. To my big brother, George, the richest man in town. Christmas present from a very dear friend of mine.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right. Attaboy, Clarence.
Oh,
gold.
Incredible.
Great ending. Even Zuzu's feeling better.
Yep.
Everybody's there. Harry's in town.
Ugh.
Is the guy
in town.
I've never watched this, so put this in the comments. But the guy who, I got a fat lip because the teacher who sent Zuzu without a coat. Who's that? Bailey? Oh, what's George Bailey? And he sucker punches.
Yeah.
Is he in that scene? Like, because that would be.
Oh, good point. I don't think so. I think that guy's in Mr. Potter's.
Still at Martinis. I know he got kicked out of Martinis.
Yeah, he did. He did. I don't know about that guy. That's a good one. Now, how about one of the best lines in the thing, right? Like we all, I feel like, take for granted almost, that the child saying at the end, teacher said every time, right? The bell rings, the angel
yeah.
gets his wings. What teacher in the year 2024 would actually say that to a child in a public school in the United States of America? I would say probably zero. Not even in the red states would they feel brazen enough to say something like that. Oh, bell rings? That's an angel getting their wings right now. No way. I don't think so.
It's a prime time to use that bell that you have there. No, I'm saying, don't you? Second class, third class, yeah.
Giving out wings here, baby.
Yeah. Who needs them?
That's awesome. And I'll say on a personal note too, I still cherish one of my favorite gifts I've ever gotten. Came in the mail. It was I don't know.
The Imitation of Christ, I think.
Thank you. The Imitation of Christ. My man Juice Box sent it to me, and on the inside flap, he wrote, "Remember, no man is a failure who has friends." I think he skipped the thanks for the wings because he clearly doesn't have wings, but it's great, and it's one that's always gonna hold a special spot for me. But it's incredible.
Yeah, and I can't thank you enough for being vocal about, or just give me the slight nudge to, hey, check out church again. We grew up in it and kind of took it for granted, but so that's the least I can do.
Hey, there you go. Oh, somebody chopping onions in here, Juice? Christmas onions?
Yeah.
All right. That is good stuff.